Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Swamp Night here at the Shipley School as we get you set for game number one of a doubleheader. Set to tip off is the women's game between the Peddie Falcons and the Shipley Gators, and we are underway as it's 4-10 Peddie in possession to start things off. Kylie Favors is at the top of the key. I'll introduce you to the starting lineups as time allows. Here's Rodriguez off on the right wing for Janasia Brown. Now baseline drive, double team, and out to the corner. It's Favors. Underneath, Rodriguez. Right elbow, here's Brown, and she's able to knock down the triple to start the game. Starters for the 4-10 Peddie Falcons are Kylie Favors, Emma Rogers, Natalie Stralkis, Janasia Brown, and Katie Rodriguez as Shipley gets a quick answer. On the other side for the Shipley Gators, their starting lineups will have Kate Scott, Sanaa Redmond, and Lauren Ross to go along with Brianna Dotson and Anna Camden. Janasia Brown to Favors. Now left wing, it's Stralkis, a recent 1,000-point scorer for the Falcons. Trying to find some space to operate and pops a three. 2 for 2 from beyond the arc for Peddie to start.
Yeah, and that was definitely how you want to start off for the Peddie school. They 2 quick threes to start this game. You have to wonder if they're going to keep up this hot three-point shooting.
That's Josh Abrams. I'm Mike Sampson. Great to have you along with us here on the Sports Fanbase Network and Facebook Live. Looking for the answer, no good. Missed that time by Redmond, and the rebound controlled by Peddie. Peddie in their blue uniforms as Janasia Brown travels with the basketball.
Yeah, and you don't want those unforced turnovers, Mike.
It'll be Shipley and white. Their player to watch, Anna Camden. Camden averaging 17.9 points per game and getting some high-level D1 looks. Penn State, Virginia Tech, Florida, all interested. Lauren Ross, the other player to watch, who has the basketball right now and hands it off to Camden. She's verbally committed to St. Joe's. Pull up with a 17-foot J, no good. A bit too strong off the back rim. And a long rebound is controlled by the Falcons. Left baseline, Favors. And what a start for Peddie. They've got a 6-point lead with just over 2 minutes gone.
Yeah, they are. It's very early, Mike, but
Ross able to finish through the contact and a chance for a three-point play.
Peddie's gotten off to a very hot start so far, but a big basket by, looks like, Lauren Ross to keep Shipley on pace.
Set to shoot is Lauren Ross to see if she can complete a three-point play. And does. So it's 8-5. And on the inbound, play whistle down as there were players along the far baseline, or some fans along the baseline. So referee says, hey, got to sit down, can't stand here.
Yeah, it looks like it's going to get packed, especially as we move on later on tonight.
Yeah, absolutely. Swamp Night, always a really cool thing. It's kind of, it's the basketball equivalent to homecoming, if you will, here at Shipley. So a lot of former athletes come back, and it's really a great night for the entire school. Here's Favors for Peddie. Still yet to cross the logo. And now it's Stralkis in the paint, deflected away and stolen. Redmond trying to outrace the defense, and she'll go to the line for 2.
She took that coast to coast. You have to wonder what Peddie's going to have to do to try and stop that from happening again. You don't want the same player taking it coast to coast like that.
Redmond averaging just under 14 points a game as a freshman. She is the next generation of great here at Shipley. First free throw, good. And makes it a 2-point game, Shipley trailing. And the freshman hits both. 69% from the free throw line this season. Before those 2 makes is Sanaa Redmond. But she hits them both, and now they turn it over to the Falcons.
Shipley
Redmond
put on
again.
Shipley put on a 4-court press on that.
And Ross gives Shipley their first lead of the day.
And just like that, it leads to a bucket. Shipley's going to change it up now to try and get Peddie to force some shots.
Baseline drive,
What
and
a
Camden
block.
with the rejection.
And Camden just used her height right there and smacked it like a volleyball.
Ross. On the right wing. Gives Camden high post, deflected away. Out of bounds. And it looks like it'll be Peddie ball, and it will. Nice job by the Falcons to force the turnover. First substitution of the day is Julia Goriak. Checks into the game for Peddie. It'll be Natalie Stralkus. Poked away and stolen by Scott.
Too much dribbling there, Mike. You don't want to make too many moves from far out. That gives the defender a better chance to steal it.
Scott along the sideline gives to Ross, and now Camden at the top of the key. Pops a long jumper off the front rim toward the sideline, able to keep it in and save possession. Redmond. Goriak will step out and defend her. Off to Scott. 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter. Shipley with a 1-point lead. Trying to make it 4. Endo with a 3 from Redmond. Timeout, Peddie.
A great job of getting it into Camden at the top of the key and feeding it back out for the 3.
So after a bit of a slow start for the Shipley Gators, they now jump out to a 4-point lead. Just over 4 minutes gone here in the first quarter. And you could see there's definitely a speed advantage right now on the floor for Shipley.
Yeah, they're doing a good job of forcing turnovers, especially when Peddie gets to around the middle of the floor. They're doing a good job of forcing turnovers and getting easy, high percentage shots.
It'll be Peddie basketball out of the timeout. Janasia Brown will inbound. And a full court press again from Shipley.
Almost worked there.
Favors. Gives left corner. Tipped away, and it is stolen. This is Ross. Long down court. Scott behind the defense, but missed the layup.
A little too hard off the backboard there.
Brown. Down court for Rodriguez. In the corner. Back out to Stralkus. Now this is Brown to Favors. 3:10 to play here in the first quarter. Peddie trailing by 4. And a traveling violation on their leading scorer, Natalie Stralkus.
You see Peddie starting to look a little bit flustered here, Mike. They got off to a hot start, got up 8-2. And just like that, Shipley has gone on a 10-0 run, and they're looking to extend it here.
And Shipley knows that Stralkus is the best scorer for Peddie, so they're going to try and take her away and force someone else to step up for this Falcons team. Redmond, good defense by Brown to force her along the baseline. Now Camden underneath. Forcing her way to the paint, but turning it over that time is Dodson. Favors, pull-up jumper off the front rim, and the rebound to Lauren Ross. 2.5 to play here in the first quarter. Ross, 1-on-3. No good on the layup.
The last couple of possessions, Mike, it's been back and forth, and we just had another turnover there.
Scott gives it off to Redmond, and Shipley will set up in the half court. Camden, right corner. Thought about the 3, instead gives back to Ross. Now Redmond steps through a defender, but it's easy to do when you don't dribble the basketball. Traveling violation, gives it back to Peddie.
You have to wonder if nerves are starting to kick in a little bit here, Mike.
Yeah, it's a big crowd here at Shipley with it being swamp night, and both teams just trying to settle into the game. Shipley off to a good start this season, 12-6 on the season under head coach Sean Costello. Here's Favors. No good, and on the rebound it goes over the backboard. So that'll be out of bounds, and possession will go back to Shipley. It'll be a doubleheader we'll have for you tonight here on the Sports Fanbase Network and Facebook Live. As Shipley takes on Peddie here in game 1, and they'll take on the Perkiomen School in game 2. So a pair of non-league battles. Ross gives it off on the right wing for Redmond. Just over a minute and a half to play here in the first quarter. Nice move by Ross, and she'll drain the jumper.
Yeah, nice jab step to get the defender to go one way and create space for the wide open jumper. And Peddie's doing a good job of cutting off Anna Camden, but her teammates are stepping up.
Hawk Hill will be excited to have her when she moves on to play at the next level. Here's a 3 from Brown that rims out, and the rebound tip to Scott. Under a minute to play here in the first quarter. Shipley with a 14-8 lead on a 12-0 run. Camden kicks left corner. Scott is wide open, but too strong on the 3, and on the rebound it'll be an offensive foul on Brianna Dotson. It'll be the first foul of the night against Shipley. In for Peddie, Karma Hall will replace Katie Rodriguez with 46.3 to play here in the first quarter.
Yeah, and you see there's only 3 fouls so far, Mike. It's apparent that both teams are disciplined in terms of not fouling, but turning the ball over seems to be an issue.
Here's a jumper from Brown that's good. That'll end the Shipley run and make it 14-10 with under 30 to play here in the quarter. Ross gives right corner to Redmond. Back to Ross.
You have to think Shipley's going to try and go for the last shot here.
Nice move by Ross into the paint. Puts up a floater off the front rim. No good. Gets her own rebound and a chance for a 3-point play.
Well, so much for the last shot, Mike, but what resiliency by Lauren Ross. She's a little short on the first shot. Gets her on rebound and throws it back up, and as long as you put it on the rim, anything can happen.
Ross a chance for another 3-point play. She's a 74% free throw shooter, and that'll go up with that make. 17-10, and Peddie maybe have time for a hurried shot here. Stralkus underneath to Goriak, deflected, and no shot for the Falcons at the end of the first quarter. 17-10, the lead belongs to Shipley through 1. You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
We're talking goaltending here, and we're talking about high school rules as opposed to NCAA or NBA, which are slightly different. The referee is looking for 4 criteria. Number 1, is the ball on its way down? Number 2, is the ball fully above the rim? Number 3, was it an attempted shot? And number 4, did that shot have a chance to go in the opinion of the referee? If all 4 of those criteria are met, a goaltending call is made and the basket is good. Slapping the backboard is never goaltending. It's always a technical foul.
Set to start the second quarter here at the Shipley School Swamp Night here at Shipley, and we thank you so much for joining us for some Friday night basketball here on the Sports Fanbase Network alongside Josh Abrams, Mike Samsel. Happy to have you along with us. It was a good start for the Falcons. They jumped out to an 8-3 lead, and it's pretty much been all Shipley since then.
Yeah, and as we said in the first quarter, Mike, Shipley's doing a good job. They decided to go to their full court press once Peddie got on fire. They scored a quick 8 points. Those 2 threes to start the game really, I would have thought, would help the Peddie school, but Shipley does a good job of switching things up a little bit and maybe catching Peddie school by surprise. It's still a decent, reasonable margin right now, but you have to wonder what will happen down the stretch if Shipley continues to keep up their full court press.
Shipley will have possession to start the second quarter. Same 5 on the floor for both squads that ended the first. Ross gives to Scott left wing. Back to Ross on the elbow. Now in the post, the double team closes the way of Dotson. She gives it off, and Redmond misses the long jumper, but Dotson gets the rebound. Bounce pass to Scott. Air ball. And Brown gets the rebound. She'll bring it the other way for Peddie. Right corner, step back three. Off the front rim, missed that time by Stralkus. And Camden wrestles away the rebound.
It's going to be very hard to get a rebound over Camden, Mike.
Ross lobs right corner to Redmond. Baseline drive, nice dish. But the layup too strong and no good from Dotson.
Yeah, just couldn't get it to fall there. He had to try and center it off the backboard a little bit better, but was not able to do so.
Favors all the way to the rim with the left hand, but that rattles around and won't go. And on the rebound, a foul is called on Peddie. It'll be Kylie Favors who picks up the foul. It'll be the fourth of the half on Peddie. Still 7 minutes to play here in the first half. Peddie with a 17-10 lead. Ross gives right wing. Redmond back to Ross on the elbow. They play catch. Redmond open in the corner. Quick defense closes out on her. She's able to knife her way into the paint, spins and gives back to Ross. Floater off the front rim, rattles around but won't go. Rebound won't go. Camden is fouled as she's able to pull down the rebound.
Yeah, and it looked like Camden was wrestling with her own teammate for the ball there, but ended up coming up with it, and Shipley will inbound.
Karma Hall guilty of the infraction. On the inbound, here's Camden at the top of the key. Bit of a size mismatch as she's being guarded by Favors. And they get it to Camden, but she can't control, and it's taken away by Goriak. Taken right back by Camden.
And still pretty sloppy game so far in these first 2 minutes of the second quarter.
Turnaround jumper from Camden is good. Something to keep an eye on. Anna Camden coming into the game was 10 points away from 1,000. She's trying to get there, but she dishes off here to Ross. Front rim and no good. Rebound for Peddie.
I believe she has 4 points so far tonight, Mike. So the next couple baskets or so, we're going to see the big 1-0-0.
Goriak gives it off in the right corner for Brown. Jab steps and shoots a three. Too strong, and Camden the rebound.
I believe the last 3 possessions for Peddie School in which they missed a shot, Camden has grabbed the board. She is not only is she going to be a force at the basket offensively, but she's a double-double machine.
Redmond jumper from the free throw line, no good. A rebound out of bounds, and it will stay Shipley basketball with 5 and change to play here in the first half. Re-entering the game is Katie Rodriguez for Peddie, and she'll give Janasia Brown a breather as Lauren Ross will inbound. Baseline right. Ross lobs into Camden through a double team. Works along the baseline. Gives it in the paint. Redmond kicks back out to Ross. Thought about a three. Instead gives it off down in the paint. Dotson gives it off and the jumper no good. Brown through the hands of Goriak. She's able to regather and bring it across the timeline, but play whistle down, and a double dribble, I believe, was the call. Either way, it'll go back to Shipley.
That might have been backcourt there,
yeah, over
Mike.
and back.
I believe that was the call. She looked like the pass was behind a little bit. She might have caught it just behind the middle line.
So it'll be Shipley basketball. Ross guarded by Favors. Her and Redmond play catch. Redmond right corner open three. And it's 22-10 Shipley. And Ross nearly gets the steal on the inbound. Too hot to handle from Stralkus, and it'll go back to Shipley on the turnover.
Yeah, well, we have a 12-point lead right here, Mike, and you have to wonder if the tides are going to start to turn here. Peddie School looks a little flustered as they move the ball down the court on offense.
19-2 for Shipley since the 8-3 start. Ross to Camden. And now Redmond. Into the paint, ball tipped away and stolen right back by Redmond, but can't hit. Camden the offensive rebound, she can't put it back. Third chance is the rebound controlled by Dotson. She bullies her way baseline and kicks it back out to Ross. Now Camden, right corner, Redmond. No good. Scott the rebound and another offensive possession for Shipley.
And Shipley is definitely going to do a great job of tiring.
Wanted to shoot the three there. If she hit it, it would have put her over 1,000. This is Lauren Ross. Good defense by Akeni Owona. Jumper no good, but the offensive board for Redmond. Into a wide open lane. And a layup for Elizabeth Toludo.
Look there, like Peddie was trying to focus on Camden. And Scott was able to sneak into the paint for an easy layup.
Blocked by Camden. Toludo the rebound.
Watch Camden on the left here.
Redmond.
Just going to take it all the way.
Gets blocked. It'll go out of bounds, and possession will remain with Shipley with 1:08 to play here in the first quarter. First half, excuse me. Baseline right, Lauren Ross will inbound. As Natalie Stralkis re-enters, replacing Kylie Favors. And Camden is fouled on the inbound.
And it looks like now they will shoot the 1-and-1 bonus.
Yeah, it'll be a 1-and-1 as Camden goes to the free throw line. Foul called on Maya Ademalola. And it'll be 2 shots for Anna Camden. Shipley has only committed 1 foul here in the first half. Front end of the 1-and-1 is good from Camden, and she'll shoot 1 more.
And that
Camden, a 74% free throw shooter, which is pretty good for a big as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And Shipley's playing very disciplined basketball. And the 1 foul that they've committed in these almost 16 minutes is a testament to that. Whenever you're not fouling, you're not stopping the clock, you're keeping the mojo going.
Rogers into the paint. Ademalola blocked by Camden, out of bounds. It will remain Peddie basketball, but another block for Camden, who's starting to control the paint on both sides.
So hard to get a shot over the 6'2" Camden. Her arms, you have to figure, reach about 7.5 feet or so, give or take. And she's doing an amazing job altering any shot that comes her way.
Left wing, Stralkis to Rogers. And now play is whistled down. Something wrong with the clock, I believe. And that whistle will save possession for
the student section in the far bleachers down in the gym we're at here, Mike. They might go insane for all we know once she gets that 1,000th point.
Front end of the 1-and-1 is good. She'll shoot 1 more. You can see the exuberation on her face. She knows. 1 away and no good.
Yeah, she's ecstatic about a missed free throw there. That obviously would have given her it.
And 18 seconds to play in the half. You know they're going to try and get it to Camden before the end of the half.
No better time to get that 1,000th point than before the half ends.
Ross with under 10.
Now she's going to pop.
Dribbles off a screen. Camden looking for 1,000. Too strong on the layup. And the first half comes to an end here at the Shipley School. The drama is 1 point away.
And unfortunately, we have to wait a whole halftime to see that moment. But we know it'll happen eventually, Mike.
31-12 our score. Shipley in front over Peddie. We'll be back right after this. You're watching the Sports Fanbase Network presented by Payroll Service Solutions.
Gentlemen, you have spent 3 days with the most insane program, okay, I have witnessed in my 17-year career. It excites me, the presence of point blank period, of Coach Dooley, of Coach Fowler, of the people that he works out with, that he trains with, okay? It's exciting. And you have had the luxury of spending 3 awesome days with these people. I watched Coach Farrell play. Mr. Coach, you watch Coach Farrell play? He is one of the most annoying basketball players you will ever see in your life. Okay? Because exactly what he trains, exactly what he preaches to you, he does at all times. This is real habit. This is not a gimmick. This is real basketball. Real basketball. Something that he has found success with. He has spread the word.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
Hi, I'm Marty Bystrom, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. In my experience in Major League Baseball, I know how important it is for high school athletes to gain exposure. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you are a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
We're talking goaltending here, and we're talking about high school rules as opposed to NCAA or NBA, which are slightly different. The referee is looking for 4 criteria. Number 1, is the ball on its way down? Number 2, is the ball fully above the rim? Number 3, was it an attempted shot? And number 4, did that shot have a chance to go in the opinion of the referee? If all 4 of those criteria are met, a goaltending call is made and the basket is good. Slapping the backboard is never goaltending. It's always a technical foul.
Hi, I'm Tommy Green, former pitcher for the Philadelphia Phillies. When I was in high school, it was very important to me to show scouts what I could do. My friends at Payroll Service Solutions are huge supporters of high school sports and the Sports Fan Base Network. If you're a small to medium-sized business in need of a payroll company, contact Payroll Service Solutions. Not only will they take care of you, they will continue to support the community. For more information, contact Payroll Service Solutions at 215-624-0922 or 866-PAY-EASY.
We welcome you back to the Shipley School as we get set for the second half. In game number 1 of our doubleheader, Shipley has a 31-12 lead over Peddie. Alongside Josh Abrams, Mike Samsel, great to have you along with us. And Josh, the story right now, Anna Camden sits 1 point away from 1,000 for her career.
Yeah, and I think we thought, at least I thought we were going to see that in the first half, but a missed free throw and a couple other missed opportunities at the end of that first half wouldn't really let it happen. But something you want to look out for is the fact that now that there's the second half, the team switched sides.
Right.
Shipley's going to be scoring on what seems to be, I would classify it as their home side of the floor, considering that there's student sections down there. And once she gets that 1,000th point, you can imagine every one of those, every student in there is going to go nuts.
It was an early 8-3 lead for Peddie. Since then, a 28-4 disparity between Shipley and the Peddie Falcons. Peddie 4-10 on the season, and Shipley 12-6, looking to move to 13-6.
It is a packed house here tonight. Had to delay the start here for a lot of fans walking by.
It is Swamp Night here at Shipley, kind of their de facto homecoming for basketball. They get it underneath to Camden. Double team rolls her way. Through it off the front rim. Rebound volleyed around and controlled by Peddie. Natalie Stralkis will bring it across the timeline. Adamalola gives it off left wing, and now it's Brown. Double team rolls her way, poked away, and nearly stolen. Reach-in foul is called.
And Shipley did a good job for that first part of that, their defensive possession there, of keeping Peddie out of the lane, but
Brown no good. Adamalola, the rebound, kicks it out. Here's a long 2 that's no good from Favors. Rebound out of bounds, and it'll stay Peddie ball. Just over 45 seconds gone, and already a timeout taken by Shipley.
And I don't know why exactly Sean Casella would call that timeout so early, but I'm thinking maybe it had something to do with that inbound play and that near easy basket given up.
We've talked about Anna Camden tonight. Just 1 point away from becoming 1,000-point scorer. Just getting interest from a couple of schools in Pennsylvania, Penn State, one of them. Also Virginia Tech looking, and Florida as well. St. Joe's already received a verbal commitment from Lauren Ross. Favors gives it to Brown. Now Favors right wing. Tries to drive on the freshman Sanaa Redmond, and Redmond giving her no room. Rogers pops along too. Camden the rebound. Redmond gives to Ross. Now Toledo to Camden. Turnaround jumper. Too strong. Redmond the rebound. Ripped away. Ball deflected loose. And Peddie goes the other way with Favors. Pull-up jumper from just outside the free throw line. No good. And on the rebound, a foul is called. And I think there's going to be another. Will it be 2 fouls called? I didn't see. A foul came seemingly after the play that was called against Stralkis. And that was after the play.
So that gives Shipley possession.
Yeah, that gives Shipley possession. Boy, a weird call there. Yeah, backside referee came in and overruled, saying it was a push on Stralkis. Here's Anna Camden. Hands it off, gets it back, and gives right corner. Redmond on the left wing. They want to get it underneath the Camden being denied right now. Ross gives to Toledo. Now Ross again. Into the paint. Kicks left wing, but before she does, she's fouled. Emma Rogers. At least that was the initial signal. Called for the foul. Will be the team's second of the half. And set to inbound is Lauren Ross for the Shipley School. 31-12 our score. Redmond will go to the line to shoot 2.
And Redmond taking it to the basket there, just trying to get something going on offense here. You look at the score now and the way things have progressed, or lack thereof, so far the second half, and we finally get a basket.
First free throw good from Redmond. 69% free throw shooter coming into tonight. Hits both free throws and makes it 33-12 with 5:53 to play here in the third quarter.
And regardless of their lead, Shipley is not giving up on defense. And just like that, turnover.
Ross down court. Redmond. Will they give her the continuation? No, they say she's fouled on the floor.
And it's very tough to make that call as an official, I feel like, because it happens all at once when you pick up your dribble and then go into the transition of your shot. One of the hardest calls in basketball for an official to make.
I know. Inbound into Redmond. Now Ross to Camden. 4,000. Toledo able to poke it away. Camden for 3.
No, it is not. It rims in and out. And Camden, it's been quite a while since we saw her score a basket now.
In the corner. Poked away and stolen. Ross makes it 35-12 Shipley. Brown gives it off to Favors at the top. Under 5 minutes to play here in the third quarter. 35-12 Shipley in front. Floater banked in from Kylie Favors.
And we finally see a basket from Peddie School. They had been sitting at 12 for the majority of the second quarter and going into this third quarter.
Ross at the top of the key. Gives it off. Redmond penetrates and gets rejected. Rebound kicked out to Toledo. Ross, Camden. Underneath. Lays it up. No good.
Good. But Shipley doing a good job on the offensive glass.
Ross no good. Rebound deflected around into the corner. And it will stay Shipley ball.
And yet another possession for the Gators here. So there's been about 4 or 5 missed shots in a row that just go right back to Shipley.
Brianna Dodson re-enters for Shipley. And back into the game, Karma Hall as well. Scott inbounds to Lauren Ross. Redmond to Ross. Drives in, kicks it left wing. And now to the top of the key, Redmond. To the rim, lays it up and in, but it won't count. A traveling violation is called. And possession will go back to Peddie with 3:51 to play here in the third quarter and a 35-14 lead.
Nana Camden is no longer on the floor now. You kind of have to figure that needs to take a little rest here.
Ross makes it 37-14. Great head fake on the 2-on-1. Made the defender think she was going to give it off and kept it the whole way.
That's another possession now where Shipley has been able to take it coast to coast, and you use a little hesitation move, and that could make all the difference.
It will stay with Peddie as it trickles out of bounds. 3:21 to play here in the third. A 37-14 dominant performance from Shipley. And a Camden back in. Lobbed in, poked away, and stolen.
Not a great inbound pass there, Mike. You had to figure with a little bit of traffic in the paint that a lob wouldn't be your best option.
Redmond gives to Camden. Spins, steps back. And they'll reset on offense with Redmond. To Ludo. To Redmond. Gives it off to Camden. Right corner, Redmond wide open. And it's 40-14.
You see Camden, she's doing a good job of not taking any forced or low percentage shots. She knows she's this close from that wonderful plateau that very few high school players make it to. But she shows on that play there, giving up a good shot for a better shot.
Currently at 999 career points for Anna Camden, who pulls down the rebound following the missed shot. Redmond. Off a Camden screen, they give it to her right wing. Steps around the defender, puts it up, and she's fouled. She'll go to the free throw line with a chance for 1,000.
And that student section down on the far end, I'm kind of glad that they're not near us because we wouldn't be able to hear ourselves think.
No pressure right now, huh, Anna? She'll shoot 2. And there it is. What an awesome moment for Anna Camden to get point number 1,000 on a free throw. That's her family out there right now to get a photo. And how awesome is that?
Like I said before, Mike, it's a plateau, it's a milestone that very few high school players make it to, and she has put her heart and soul into this program, and she deserves. If anyone on this team deserves it, it's her.
And she's only a junior.
Yeah, and this team is very young. You see on the roster here, it's all freshmen and juniors, all 9th and 11th graders.
Yeah.
And you have to figure Camden is only in her 3rd year. She scores 1,000 points. Do that in only two and a half seasons or so. Very impressive.
So now Camden will shoot one more. Now that all the drama's out of the way for Anna, she can kind of settle into her game. 1,001 career points doesn't quite seem to have the feeling that 1,000 does.
No, you're going from 3 figures to 4 figures. Good for her. Really, really awesome moment.
42-14 our score. The lead belongs to Shipley. Peddie scored 8 points in about the first minute and a half. They've scored 6 in the subsequent 16 and change. Play whistle down and a timeout called by Peddie with 1:53 to play here in the quarter.
Peddie not looking too fluent on offense right now. Obviously the scoreboard indicates that, but you can just tell by the way that they are moving around on offense, not being able to get that high percentage wide open shot. It's leaving the whole team frustrated, it looks like.
We thank you so much for joining us. It's Swamp Night here at Shipley High School, or Shipley School, I should say. It's actually a K-12 school. And the Gators with a 42-14 lead over Peddie. This being game number 1 of our doubleheader. Game 2 coming up will be a good one. And we'll have the Shipley Gators hosting Perkiomen. Josh Abrams and I will have all the live play-by-play. Trying to get back in the win column as well. Shipley coming off a rare loss, 43-41 at Abington Friends. And then coming up on the 30th, it'll be at Germantown Friends. So a couple of tough games sandwiched in between Swamp Night.
A couple Friends League school play.
A traveling violation called on Kenny Owuna. And possession back to Shipley.
And the woes continue for the Peddie school, Mike. They are only a couple fouls away from putting Shipley in the bonus, and that only makes things harder for Peddie going down the road.
Ross gives right corner to Redmond. Back to Ross. Under a minute and a half to play here in the quarter. Toledo now into the paint for Dotson. Redmond again. 1-on-3. Just kind of throws that one away, but it was last touched by Peddie, so possession will remain with Shipley. As Toledo checks back into the game, and into the game for the first time as well, Jasmine Nakala, as head coach Sean Costello getting some of the young players some action. And it's a turnover on the inbound with a 42-14 lead. Why not? Nothing kind of can substitute, no practice can substitute that varsity game experience.
Yeah, absolutely. And you have to figure with how big of a lead it is and how Shipley's been playing on defense that give yourself a little bit of leeway and be able to get some of your bench players in.
Owona hits the jumper, makes it 42-16. Under 40 seconds to play here in the quarter. Toledo gives it off at the top for Redmond. And now Scott to Redmond. Under 30 to play here in the quarter. Redmond, baseline J from about 11 feet, leaves it short. Scott runs in for the rebound. And she is fouled. Karma Hall picks up the infraction. It'll be the 6th in the second half on Peddie. Toledo inbounds. And this Scott able to regather the midcourt circle with under 20 to play here in the quarter. We'll see if Shipley holds for one shot. Toledo with under 10 gives it back to Redmond. Gets the screen into the paint. Nice move by the freshman, but left the layup short. 1 second left. Brown, three-quarter court heave. No good. And the third quarter has come to an end here at the Shipley School. Again, congratulations to Anna Camden, who picked up her 1,000th point in that third quarter. A game being dominated by the Gators. As we go to the fourth, it's Shipley 42 and Peddie 16.
We're talking goaltending here, and we're talking about high school rules as opposed to NCAA or NBA, which are slightly different. The referee is looking for 4 criteria. Number 1, is the ball on its way down? Number 2, is the ball fully above the rim? Number 3, was it an attempted shot? And number 4, did that shot have a chance to go in the opinion of the referee? If all 4 of those criteria are met, a goaltending call is made and the basket is good. Slapping the backboard is never goaltending. It's always a technical foul.
Set to start the fourth quarter, 42-16, Shipley in front over Peddie. With Josh Abrams, Mike Samsel, great to have you along with us on a Friday night. Our great SFBN crew on hand. Peddie in possession to start the fourth quarter. And dribbling in the midcourt circle with it. It's Grant, gives baseline, and off the side of the backboard with a shot that time is Owuna. Ball goes out of bounds, and it will go back to Shipley. Olivia Joseph will inbound as Shipley has Anna Camden and Sanaa Redmond on the floor, but some of the younger players getting an opportunity to play. Here's Camden. Nice move. Step around the defender. Toledo tries to dump it underneath. Poked away. Still loose. Tie up on the floor. Held ball called and possession arrow in favor of Shipley. So they'll keep their offensive possession with 7:19 to play here in the fourth. Elizabeth Toledo to inbound. Camden gives it right baseline. Nice move. And here's a shot that's no good, but going to the free throw line is Sanaa Redmond. It'll be 3 free throws for Redmond as she was fouled beyond the arc.
Yeah, Shipley's doing a pretty good job of moving well without the ball, and when they catch the ball off of a screen, especially when you have someone like Anna Camden, who's long, tall, lanky, doing a good job coming off screens and getting wide open jump shots.
Second free throw good, and she'll shoot one more. (44-16) as it's 2 of 3 from the line for Redmond. Under 7 minutes to play, and now for Shipley as they're coming down the stretch here in the Friends League, a very competitive Friends League. There's a lot of physicality allowed, and eventually they do call the foul.
And I think what's happening now, Mike, is now that Camden has gotten her 1,000th point and all the drama's settled down, everyone's relaxed a little bit, I think Costello is opting for his Shipley Gators to just keep bringing the energy on defense, not necessarily emphasize much on offense. They have a 28-point lead right now, so it looks like Costello's relying heavily on defense.
Here's a three good from El Grant. That makes it 44-19. Left corner, Toledo underneath, and a layup good from Camden.
Nice job using her left hand. You see some high school players try and switch over to their dominant hand on the opposite side, and more times than not it doesn't work like that. But Anna Camden does a good job of using her offhand.
Awona traveled with the basketball.
Peddie School just continues to have consecutive possessions in a row where they either turn the ball over, the air ball shot, and you have to wonder whether or not that's because of the inefficiency on offense or just the good defense by Shipley.
Yeah, this Shipley school is very good defensively. Here's Camden. No good. Nakala can't hit the putback. And it goes to Peddie. Goriak, no good on the look. And Redmond goes the other way. 5:40 to play, 46-19 our scoring game, one of our doubleheader here on the Sports Fanbase Network. Here's Camden for three and off the front rim, but the rebound putback no good. Now volleyed around and Toledo able to squeeze it back to Camden. Redmond dribbles over to the wing.
Another thing you got to look at is that Shipley's getting a lot of offensive rebounds here.
Open jumper, no good from Toledo. And eventually able to control it, El Grant for Peddie. Both teams kind of emptying out their bench here in the fourth quarter. Layup no good. It wedges between the rim and the backboard on the shot from Ikeni Awuna.
And so now Redmond tried to jump up and get it. But we'll continue play now.
The spare basketball used to knock it free. I'm familiar with that trip playing basketball at the Y because I can't jump that high either. So the spare basketball comes in handy for me when I play my 3 pickup games a year.
Yeah, I wish I had the hops to get up there, but
so it'll go to the possession arrow, which is in favor of Peddie. So they get the inbound. Here's an air ball 3 that time from Janasia Brown. And it's the other way to Shipley and Redmond. Under 5 to play here in the fourth quarter. High post, Olivia Joseph gives it baseline. Now underneath, Celeste Funari moves. Poked away, but able to regather it is Sanaa Redmond. Toledo to Redmond at the top. Now Jasmine Nakala to Redmond. Into an open lane. Bounce
Good
pass
pass.
baseline. But it's out of bounds off the hands of Joseph.
Joseph wasn't able to handle the pass there. Nice pick and roll where Joseph rolled to the rim there, but she just wasn't able to hold on to the ball.
.4:15 to play here in the fourth. And a foul is called. Will be on the floor against Shipley. Just their third foul of the second half. And baseline right the inbound for Kylie Favors. Favors. Off to Brown. Now off on the left wing, Sarah DeLuzio. Thought about a three, now slips around the defender and gives it off. Popping the three, no good from Favors, and the rebound controlled by Shipley. Across the timeline with it, Katie Bergen. Lobs in the left corner. Now underneath. Turnaround Jay gets blocked that time by Brown, and in transition, it's DeLuzio. Splitting a double team and getting fouled is Favors. And she will go to the free throw line.
And it seems that things maybe died down a little bit ever since Camden got that last 1,000 points.
First free throw good. Understandable in a 26-point game. And game number 2 coming up. Boys basketball will feature Shipley hosting Perkiomen. No good on the second free throw. Rebound underneath, battled for, and controlled by Shipley. Katie Bergen. Now underneath for Joseph. Turnaround jumper. A little too strong. Rebound tipped around, out of bounds, and it will go back to Peddie with 3:12 to play.
Like I said, Mike, Shipley, even though they have had their bench players in for a while, and I think Sean Costello was really emphasizing how they play on defense here.
Baseline jumper good by L. Grant.
And if they have possessions on offense where they hold on to the ball, they own the time of possession. Very hard for Peddie School to come back from a deficit like that.
Underneath, shot no good, missed that time by Funari Muse. And it's a Demalola with a rebound. Favors, gives baseline. Shy of that time and thrown back out. A three on the way and good from Sarah DeLuzio. Makes it 46-25. 2:15 to play.
And that's the offense that Peddie School had been missing after that 8-3 burst in the first quarter.
Bounce pass taken away, and Peddie goes the other direction with DeLuzio. Now Grant. DeLuzio. High post to Demalola, kicks it left wing. Here's the three. That's good from Kylie Favors. It makes it 46-28 with 1:45 to play. Don't think we're on the verge of any historic comebacks, but Peddie making things feel a little better here in the fourth quarter as some of their younger players get some action.
A morale
three
booster.
On the way, no good, missed that time by Bergen. And the rebound deflected around and eventually controlled by Peddie. But taking it right back. Left baseline. It's Joseph, kicks it back out, but it's taken away by Favors. And one of the few starters remaining on the floor gets the layup and good. 46-30 with 1:05 to play. But this was a game that was dominated by Shipley and will be remembered on swap night for Anna Camden getting her 1,000th career point. On the steal, easy layup the other way for Sarah DeLuzio, and that makes it 46-32 with 45 seconds to play.
And certainly whatever the end result is score-wise of this game, it's definitely not going to do itself justice, as you said earlier, Mike. It's been a while since Shipley School scored a basket.
Jumper no good, missed that time by Ademalola. And on the rebound, it's Shipley in possession. Under 20 seconds to play. I'd be surprised if we see Shipley take a shot here with just 15 seconds to play in a 46-32 lead. Shipley will hold on and go to 13-6 on the season with a victory. And with a loss, the Peddie Falcons will fall to 4-11. On Swamp Night, Shipley is victorious. 46-32. Are they going to make them shoot the free throws here?
It looked like a whistle came before the...
And they will say no foul. So
no foul? Okay.
It will indeed be the ball game. And Shipley with a 46-32 victory over the Peddie Falcons. We invite you to stay tuned here to the Sports Fan Base Network. Game number 2 of our doubleheader, the boys game featuring Perkiomen and Shipley, will be coming up in just a little bit. That'll do it for our coverage of the girls basketball game. We'd like to thank our great crew tonight from the SFBN here at Shipley, our director Josh Billman, Dave Roberts running the replay, Sean Kelly, our camera operator, and Kevin Fodinger working scoreboard tonight, the executive vice president, or the president, I should say. I better give him the right title. President and executive producer of the Sports Fan Base Network is Ari Bluestein. Now for my broadcast partner Josh Abrams, I'm Mike Samsel. Victorious are the Shipley Gators on Swamp Night.
There you go.
Nailed the dismount. Game number 2 of our doubleheader coming up here on the Sports Fan Base Network.
And with the Sports Fan Base Network, I am Josh Abrams. I'm here with Anna Camden, who just scored her 1,000th point tonight for the Shipley School. Anna, coming into this game, you're only 10 points away. What was your just original feeling coming into this?
I mean, I was definitely excited. This is something that I've been dreaming of since I was really young. Definitely nervous, hoping I wasn't going to choke, but mostly excitement.
Yeah, well, congratulations first and foremost. So after you scored your 1,000th point, it seems like the offensive energy kind of came down a little bit, and Coach Costello had you guys playing really good team defense on both sides of the floor.
So I think that was majority. I mean, the scoreboard, we were definitely up by a lot. We're not a team that likes to run people out unnecessarily. We were just working on our different offensive sets, but that doesn't mean letting up on defense. So that would explain.
Right. So you bounce back from a loss in your last game. You come back home and win. Where do you guys go from here on out as you get closer to the playoffs? Where do you guys think you're going to work on the most to get better and get to the top?
We're definitely going to work on our end of the game situations, and then just our offensive turnovers, something that we struggled with the last couple of games. But I think our team is right there. Obviously, we're going to learn from those games, but we're fully capable of bouncing back and beating everyone we've lost to.
Beautiful. That is awesome. Congratulations once again.
Thank you so much.
And with the Sports Fan Base Network, I am Josh Abrams with head coach Sean Costello of the Shipley School. Coach, you knew coming into this game that Anna Camden was this close to getting it. What were you thinking as you were coming into this game?
To be honest, we've been struggling a little bit, so we were hoping to get the W, and I kind of knew as long as Anna played her game that the 10 points would come.
It seemed like once she got to 999, it seemed like she was struggling to get right over into the quadruple figures. And then after that, it seemed as if the offense started to come down a little bit. Did you emphasize team defense throughout the second half as you were getting your bench players in?
Yeah, that was something we talked about at halftime. She was one shy at half, and we said, guys, if we play defense, we just run our stuff, eventually Anna's going to get a bucket. And, we did a really good job on the defensive end today.
You guys did a good job of bouncing back from your last game, and now that you're getting closer to playoffs, where do you go from here in terms of your mindset and the team mindset for getting over the hump and winning some playoff games?
We always talk about you don't win the championships in December and January. So as long as we keep building and we get to the point where we're peaking during playoff time, we'll be happy. And that's where our focus is at right now.
All right, thank you so much, Coach, and congratulations.